still amaze me? Wouldn't it be crazy? Oh, would you still amaze me? If I find my way home, yeah.
For those who
what we do here is go back.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha, and it's been a little bit of time, right? So we're gonna get to work on this base. All right. Actually, I've been doing a lot of work on this thing. As you can see, I got the gloves on to keep the hands clean. Mainly because I have 3 nasty blisters on my hand from this bastard file. Figuratively and literally named. But we're going to work on that. And we're going to move some plastic tonight. We're going to create a lot of dust. And hope you guys are ready for that. Because this thing is laminated up. Looking good. And just basically finishing the plastic and smoothing out the seams and everything, which is just the worst part of base building. But first, before we get into any of that, let's get some business out of the way. Look at that. Ooh, I'm a new type. What's up? Love that. If you want this shirt, you can get one for yourself on the Child of Mecha store. Hit up childofmecha.com, hit the store button at the top. You will find a bunch of Gundam-related merch, including shirts, hats, and bags. You will also find a nice little clearance section where I'm trying to move some stuff to a good home, and all that stuff's basically brand new, mint condition. All the books and figures and stuff like that. So go peruse at your leisure. We ship worldwide. Flat rate shipping applies. But there's a lot of good stuff in there. So go check it out. Also, too, right there, SCGMC is November 10th, guys. That is less than 2 weeks away. I am full-on panic mode right now. Because I am going to have to bust my ass to get this thing done. The date has crept up on me like a thief in the night, unfortunately. So, we'll see if we can get it done in time. Hopefully we can. Hopefully. I'm bound and determined. Bound and determined. Let's see, what else? Let's talk about scheduling, you guys. Stream scheduling, because we're getting, obviously, like you guys have noticed, into a very busy personal time for me of the year, and streams are going to be a little bit more sparse here over the coming months, simply because of holidays, events, commitments, things of that nature. So this week, obviously with Wednesday being Halloween here in the States, there will not be a stream on Wednesday. So only tonight and Friday. Next week, we're only going to have streams on Monday and Wednesday because I have to fly out to California next Friday. Week after that, probably again only Monday and Wednesday because I have a family thing down in Virginia. So we leave out of here on Monday of that following week. And then I think might be Thanksgiving the week after that. So it's going to be crazy, you guys. Stay tuned for updated schedules, but it's going to be quite busy from now until the end of the year. So FYI. So, but we're going to keep plugging away. Right? All right. Cool deal. So, what else? This is the last time you guys are going to hear me talk about this. Win this model. This one. Win this model. Alright, you guys have 2 days. Two days to enter the Gunpla Talk fundraiser / giveaway. 1 lucky winner will win that very model. 6 other winners will win those amazing little resin busts from our good friend Win, Paint Pusher on the Facebooks. And then 3 other people will win some really cool limited models from our good friend Dwidget over here on Facebook. He's also known as Thurno Hobbies and Games on Facebook. Go patronize him. And hopefully, we're going to have those other prizes from our good friend Mr. Ace Schultz over there on Facebook, and then also Burkanatir. Ace Schultz on YouTube, Burkanatir on Facebook. Yes. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. Whatever. Anyway, It's a Gundam Sales on Facebook. That's his store page. And so yeah, so go patronize him as well. Both of those guys are stand-up dudes and well worth your business. What else? Oh yeah, if you are interested in this bastard of a file, or any of the other tools, books and stuff like that we take a look at, hit the Amazon link just below here on YouTube or over on that side on Facebook. And yeah, you'll be able to take a look at all the tools. You'll be able to take a look at the books that we've sourced for you guys. Lots of great information and inspiration in those. And then also some of the gear that we use here to make the stream happen. Anyway. Oh my God. Jim's with us. Jimmy, Mr. Gumplification himself, creator. The creator of Gunpla Talk, you guys. My good friend Jim. What's up, Jimmy? Why are you not working? Sorry, guys, I've been away too long. Yes, you have. You son of a bitch. You have been away too long. Let's catch up in the chat real quick before we jump into creating massive amounts of dust. Because that's what we're going to do tonight. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Let's scroll all the way back up to the top. Let's say hi to people. RF Aurora is here. Let's see. A. Schultz is with us. Good. Bailey, what's up? As always. Scuffle! What's going on, Scuffle? Astrea Kai is with us. Flynn Berger, he says, good day, mate. What's going on, Craig? Dean is with us. Very good. Thanks for tuning in again, Dean. Let's see. Wish I could come out, but November is a lot of family birthdays, unfortunately. Yeah, I know. My wife's birthday is the 25th, so I know how it feels. Trust me. Let's see. Yep, there's Jimmy Gunpla Fixation. Fudabeo is with us. Very good. Terry T. What's going on, Terry? Good stuff there. Oh, yeah. See, look. He's actually working. Nice. What is this? Scuffle says, Tim, you should check out the Tested channel and watch the episode where Adam does a kit bash, and he has this cool motorized circular desktop sander for modelers, which looks awesome. Yeah, it's basically like a motorized toothbrush with a circular head. People have been modifying those for actually a good number of years. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's anything new, but it's pretty cool. And I watch those all the time. So let's see, Rob Ponte, Mr. Taz, Gundam Taz over there on Facebook. He says, "Good day, matey." What's going on, brother? Like the look of that gun tank you made. Very, very cool. All right. So, with that being said, let's start to move some plastic, shall we? Let's get to camera 2. All right. So, let's show you the progress so far. All right. So this right here is what I'm working on right now. This is the top arm of the support structure. This basically goes on top, and then there will be two beams coming off the side to support the parachutes, and then thus supporting the Jesta. So we're going to put this off to the side just real quick. We're going to come back to that here in a moment. This heap and lug here is all finished. It's dusty, but it is all finished. It's all smoothed out. These seams are just buttery smooth. There's no gaps whatsoever. Filled in all the little crevices with super glue, and all is right with the world. So this is the big old support arm that stands in the back, right? And then what you've got is this support block, this big old thing, and that's obviously 2 pieces of 3/4 inch MDF. So this is 1.5 inches wide, right? 4 inches tall, 4 inches wide this way. So this support arm goes like this, and then that supports it so it doesn't lean forward, right? Looks like a broken piece of IKEA furniture. Scuffle. Man. Anyway. So that's what we've got thus far. And all of this laminating is very time intensive. All of the larger fields, like the side, the front here, this, big section here, these sides, all that all had to be, we used contact adhesive. The high strength 90 is from 3M, and that's what I use. Now, last time we were together, I showed you this big boy. This is the base that we were working on. Now, obviously, this is covered with masking tape, but all of the border pieces are glued into place. We've got the back notch cut out here for the support arm, and then we've started to laminate the sides in plastic here. So this is still very much a work in progress. We've got to get the quarter panels stuck on there before we move forward. So that will be maybe part of what we do tonight. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's going to be just a lot of creating plastic dust. So this right here, like I said, this bastard file, that's the literal name of it, just because I've used this damn thing so much in the last several days, it's given me one blister here, one blister here, and another one right over here on this hand. And it hurts. It's not fun to have blisters on 2 of your fingers like that. But it is what it is. I went ahead and put the handle back on this thing. I don't really like using the handle because it comes out very easily. But it helps to avoid blisters. What are you going to do? Right? Alright, so what we've got here, as you might be able to see, this is very dusty. See? Very dusty. So what we're doing, I've super glued these quarter panel kind of pieces, these bevel pieces on here. Now, as you can see from the shadow that this makes, these are still not flush. I've clipped as much material off here as possible with my good old heavy-duty Zurons, and just gotten that as close as I possibly can. Now what we have to do is just come back and smooth out these seams to make them completely flush with this surface piece. That's the goal of the evening. So this top surface is all done. Both sides still need to be done. In this underside, I've got most of this side done. Still need to do the corresponding side over here. So that's what we're doing. Making plastic dust. So let's get started, shall we? File, work. That's what this is all about. File, 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 and then you file some more until all the seam is just completely 100% even and smooth. And as you might be able to tell, this takes some time. It is what it is, right? Rob over there on Rob over there on Facebook, Mr. Gundam Taz. Yes, so let me explain what you're looking at. So this is a good cross section here. This is the support block that supports the main support arm on the back, right? So MDF, medium density fiber board. They could call it different things in other countries. It might just be fiberboard. I don't know. But here in the States, we refer to this as MDF, medium density fiberboard. They have also high density fiberboard, but that's more specialty. So this is the stuff that you can get in the hardware stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, stuff like that here in the States. This is basically a pulp, like a wood pulp type of material, mixed with kind of a resin style binder. Basically, this has the same density as like a softwood, like a pine or something like that. But the difference is that it's very, very stable to you know, moisture and things of that nature. So basically, it doesn't expand and contract with moisture in the air like your natural woods do. So that's the reason why I use this for my bases, because it's extremely stable. It will never expand and contract unless you get it wet. Then this stuff acts like a sponge, right? So I try to avoid wet sanding this as much as possible. I dry sand this stuff. So it is what it is. But once I've got the MDF forms done, yes, I laminate everything in styrene sheet. So your eyes did not deceive you, Taz. This is MDF wrapped in plastic. So laminate the whole thing, and then you're able to paint it just like any other piece. You know, you can paint it with Mr. Color or Tamiya or what have you. And then, you know, you can also, you know, do decals and panel lines and all that fun stuff. Get those nice, yummy, delicious details that we put in the models, you can put into the base to make it really something, you know, nice and spectacular. So no, man, no, Robbie. These are 100% solid pieces. These are heavy, heavy duty. I tend to over-engineer my bases, mainly because I spend so much time creating the model. I don't want my bases to fail and then potentially the model be in, you know, jeopardy or something like that, or make the model unsafe or something, you know. So I tend to over-engineer my bases, my stands, and you know, it just makes for a better look and a better presentation overall. Okay, so this right here, I think this side is probably about done. Okay. Oh, no, there's still a ridge right here that we need to get. And instead of doing the fingernail test, because you can't do it in rubber gloves like this, what I do is kind of the light test. So I hold this up to the light and see if there's, you know, wipe away the dust, of course, and see if there's any shadows. If there's shadows still, then you know there's still a ridge there that you have to eliminate. So there's still just a little bit on this area right here. Now that just sounds smooth. Yep, that looks good. All right, and then this, what is this sandpaper? This, I think this is 320. Yeah, 320 grit. This is not your fine work right now. This is basically just getting these nasty seams smoothed out. Basically prepping for those final stages. Not bad. All right, so now this side right here, pretty much all done. This side has a really kind of nasty lip to it right still right now. You can kind of see that there on camera. So right along this edge here, just a super just rugged, nasty edge. So weapon of choice. Bastard file. And all you do, just go to work. Start smoothing it down. Like I said, this particular step is not glamorous, it's nasty, it's dirty, and it's dusty. Sucks. But the bases that you're able to create with this method, damn it, are second to none. Get that camera zoom back out. What are you guys talking about here in the chat? Oops. Scupple says, have your kids stand there with a vacuum to reduce the dust. Yeah, I wish. But trust me, the vacuum's right over here. We'll see that here in a few minutes once we kick up some more dust, trust me. Because this obviously, look at this. This is just full of dust on that side. That's still really dusty, but that's just filled. So we'll get that. We'll break out the vacuum here in a minute. Clean this. Clean off this area. Because I do clean and get that dust out of here as I go. Because number one, as it's kicking up, this dust is pretty heavy. So it's not. There's not a lot of airborne particulates, but there still are a bunch, right? So the more we can reduce, the better. All right, and I think it's about that time. So here we go. All right, so. Yeah. So Bend Over for Thunder over there on Twitch says, "LOL, I thought you had someone zooming in on the part." No, the camera, the lens slipped out of place. That's all. I wish, right? That would be high production value, right? And then Sorvon Zero holding it down for us in the chat over there on Twitch, doing the mod thing. Thank you as always, Sorvon. Appreciate your time, brother. Anyway, he says it did give a good shot of what he was talking about. Camera accidentally did good. I know, right? Like, come on. When does the camera ever accidentally give me a good shot? It usually messes with me and goes out of focus when you don't want it to, right? So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Anyway, RF Aurora, I wish I could post in this chat to show you my progress on the GM3. Alrighty then. Scuffle says, ever try using blue Dicom, like what the blacksmiths use to mark where you need to sand? A little overboard, but hey, worth asking. No. I think, what is that? The blue Dicom, is that just like, it's the blue, kind of, it helps them mark on metal, right? I think that's what it is. And I think a lot of pieces come pre-coated in that stuff. And then you use kind of like a tungsten scriber and you can scribe out your mark lines and things like that, right? I think that's what it is. No. Reason being is because you can, since I used super glue on these quarter panels, these beveled pieces, and I use a lot, that flows up into the seam. So 9 times out of 10, once it's sanded and filed down to the surface, and these things are just completely seamed up and really, really nice. Because as, let's see, if you can see here, you can see that little faint kind of very light gray line right there. That's actually super glue, right? That's the squeeze out of the super glue once after I put this bevel piece on here. So that will seam everything up very, very nicely for us and make this piece 100% smooth. And you can actually see it over here on this side a little bit. Let's get the shadow. You might be able to see that line right there. But yeah, just basically a lighter kind of grayish line going all the way down. That's where that seam is. And that's just filled with super glue. So it works wonders, not only as an adhesive to this MDF, but it also fills in any gaps or abnormalities and things like that too. So awesome stuff. Let's see. Hey, Kira Yet is over there on Facebook. He says, I'm working on my Gundam Astray turn red right now, and I'm planning to do the katana for him. Any suggestions for me? For the katana? I don't know, man. Depends on what direction you want to go. You want to keep it metallic looking, or do you want to paint it kind of its own solid color? Depends on how you want to go. I don't know. Uh-oh, Andrew's here. Dean says, Tim, you should wear a dusk mask. I probably should, but then you wouldn't be able to hear me. So I sacrificed my health for you guys. So there you go. Andrew says, Tim doesn't need a dust mask. He's immune to it. Lungs are filled with plastic and wood shavings. I mean, it's probably true. Jay Lynch is with us. What's up, Jay? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Dean, trust me. Andrew can't bully me. Andrew has nothing on me. Nothing. Not a thing. But we love Andrew. We kid him. He's a good little boy. Good little college boy. Alright, let's see. Kira said, over there on Facebook, he says, first time doing a part for my model. Oh, okay. So are you creating something new? I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with the Astray Turn Red kit. So you'll have to fill in kind of the details for me there, Kira. Sorry, man. Edwin RSA is with us. He says, good morning, everyone. What's going on, Edwin? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Andrew says, Tim's heart is cold as ice. Accurate. Alright, so one thing that you're seeing me do here, guys, is hold, obviously, the handle with my right hand and then press down on the rest of the blade here with my left. This is to ensure that this blade here stays level with this surface, because if this is off a little bit, you're going to start to form a weird bevel or slope on this side of the plastic, which you do not want at all. You want this thing flat and just super nice. So that's why I kind of, in these final stages here, keep my hand on this side of the blade just to help guide it along and keep it straight. So that is looking pretty good. There's still a little bit of material right in here. Down here it's not that bad. So we'll keep going, and then still a ton of material on this side here. Let's see. Andrew Young says, not warm and fuzzy like mine. It's why he bullies me. Oh, Andrew. You know, the thing is that I'm not the only one that bullies you. You get this from everyone, man. You get this from Chris, Mikkel, Ray. You get this from everyone. Why? So I'm not sure what is so different about me. Do you expect me to treat you with white gloves or something? Because all I got are black gloves, buddy. Oh man. Anyway, let's see. RF Aurora. Sometimes when Tim is talking to Andrew, I think he's talking to me. RF. That's funny. Nah, man. When I'm making fun of somebody, it's always Andrew. And it's only because he's actually a decent kid. Scuffle. Tim must be a Gen Xer. Bullies were the norm. Actually, come to find out, I am what would be considered a Zennial. That's the, I guess, micro generation between Generation X and Millennials. I was actually reading on that subject a couple of weeks ago, actually, and it seemed very interesting. And basically, the Zennials, the Zennial mini generation, were the last, kind of the last generation to be both analog and digital, meaning that we grew up in a time, say, before computers, before the internet, but we saw that advent and we've embraced that wholly. Yeah, I'm a Zennial. There we go. And honestly, I'm not a bully. I don't bully Andrew. I just give him tough love. Believe it or not, there's not much more, there's not many other topics that get on my nerves or make me angry more than bullying, honestly. So, trust me, I do not partake in that particular practice. We just like to have fun with Andrew. Especially when the kid's drunk. Then it's fun, Andrew. When he's not drunk, it's not fun, Andrew. It's boring, Andrew. It's whining, Andrew. Wah. Tim doesn't like me, Andrew. Wah. Wah. Alright, so we're just getting the kind of the final passes here. And this is looking really quite nice. These edges up here and down at the bottom of the piece, these are always the toughest parts to get, because you need to be careful not to run off the edge or anything. But that's nice and smooth. Alright, let's finish that out. Okay, so that's good there. Now, one thing that I like to do when I finish a surface like this is I've got a little piece of MDF here. It's just maybe, I don't know, 2 inches wide by about 4 inches long, and double-sided tape all around, and just some kind of heavy grit sandpaper. I think this is 320 as well. Might be more than that. 225. 225. No. That's not the grit. Come on. Anyway. Probably 180, maybe 220. I don't know. It could be 320. Who cares? Anyway, doesn't matter. So what we do is just easy sanding block this. Just rough over the entire surface just to get that as just dead ass smooth and flat as possible. And once you're done with these passes, man, this thing is just going to be as flat as anything. Yep. Shadow test shows no overhang. Looking good. Looking good. Alright. So, we've got this big surface done. We've got this big surface done. Now we need to attack the edges, which are always such a pain in the ass. But you need to do it because if you're entering something like this into a competition, the entire presentation needs to look legit. It's just how it is. Anyway, let's see here. R for oh, same first name as Andrew. I'm sorry. Let's see. Bailey says older millennials like me have a similar experience. Know a time with CRT monitors and black and white TVs, Motorola StarTACs. Nice, dude. I had like flip phones and all that back in the day, man. But then you're talking like early 80s where I had like the Atari, the OG Atari 2600 with Pac-Man and Adventure and fucking Chopper Command and Asteroids and all that crap, Pong, all that stuff. So yeah, so you're talking like 81, 82, 83 maybe, sometime around in there. Good times. Good times those. But, you know, that was still very analog times. All very analog. What is this? Let's see. Andrew Young. Shh. I blacked out the other day. Oh, Jesus. Are you serious, Andrew? Dude, I think you might have a drinking problem. If you're blacking out. Alright. The one good thing is that since this edge is so thin, you're actually able to clear both sides at the same time, which is a minor win, I guess. Andrew says, screwed up my sleep schedule. I was passed out for 14 hours. God. He says, he's clearing his throat. Must be all that plastic he breathed. Gotta breathe through the mouth like a champ. What? Get out of here, man. Scalpel says, nah, if you breathe through your mouth when sanding styrene, eventually it starts tasting salty. Jesus Christ. You guys are funny. Tim doesn't have enough salt, though. Whatever. Bailey says, TurboGrafx. TurboGrafx 16, yeah. That was the greatest, yeah. That's all I have to say. Yeah, well. Let's see. Andrew Young, it was like first time. Test the limits. What, blacking out? Man. You know, you're gonna black out. And then you're gonna wake up with a penis tattooed on your face. It's not fun. Or even better, if you black out, what your friends should do is get mustard and put it right around the rim of your mouth, so that when you're passed out, you lick your lips and you taste that nasty, just tart, sour mustard taste, and then you smash your hand to wipe your mouth off and everything. You get a handful of mustard and then you wipe it all over yourself because you're blacked out. So, Andrew, lesson learned. Don't black out. R for Aurora, shared a pic to your Facebook page, Tim. Uh-oh. Should I be worried? I'll look at it later. I'm not gonna look at it on stream, but I'll look at it later. Rule 1: don't be a dick, dude. You're the one that blacked out. I'm not being a dick. I'm giving you helpful advice from someone that has experience in drinking heavily back in the day. Looks like Mikkel joined us. What the fuck? Just logged in and I hear penis on the face. Yeah, we're talking about Andrew Mikkel. Because little shit passed out the other night, he said. I told him, I said, you pass out, you wake up with a penis tattooed on your face. And that's never fun. It's not a good look. If you want to try to get into corporate America or get a job, it's a bad thing when you have a penis tattooed on your face. Just saying. One reason why I don't have a penis tattooed on my face is because I never blacked out. I can hold my liquor. Ooh, that's chirping. Look at this. Look at that. That's love. That's so much fun right there. Snowing. Anyway, that's why I have my work jeans on, so I can just wipe it all over, wipe that dust all on my work jeans. So, Andrew Young, he woke up, his ass was OD sore. Andrew Young says, my ass is sore any day. I mean, that just speaks for itself right there, folks. I don't know. Anyway, Scuffle, off topic. Ever go to the bathroom to wash your hands and then have to go urinate and then contemplate if you should wash your hands again? Scuffle, I'm so glad you subscribed. So entertaining. So entertaining. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. Andrew Young says, someone put mustard on you, didn't they? No. No. No one has ever gotten me with mustard. The reason being is I was the one giving mustard mustaches. All right. Vacuum time. Anyway. Facebook acted up on me there again. What are you doing to me, Facebook? Alright, so, Bailey says, really, we should be washing our hands before. You know, no, I'm not going to go any further with that. I really am not. I'm not going to go any further with that topic of conversation. I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. You cannot draw me into that conversation. No. No, Scuffle. Damn it. Alright. So, as your file gets clogged up, sometimes you need to break out your wire brush here. Basically, you hold your file at 45, just drag it right on down, and that just gets all the gunk out of there. Just everything. And it actually, from what I've heard, actually sharpens the blades, the teeth on the file a little bit. I can't confirm that. I don't know that for certain. I've just heard that. So take that with a grain of salt. Alright. So this is starting to shape up really, really nice. We're getting some nice flat surfaces right along here. So we're going to continue with this. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. What the hell are you guys talking about? Andrew Young, speaking of bathrooms, ever walk in and see... Yeah, no, not doing that either. Julius Dembski's with us. Welcome, Julius. You've come in at precisely the wrong conversation. Computer issues. Sorry about that, man. Let's see. Scuffle. I said it was off topic. Yeah, way off topic, dude. Oh, man. Bailey, welcome. We are talking bathroom etiquette. Yeah. Yes, I'm about to get a file card. It's in my Amazon cart. Nice. Julius Dembski says, you mean like courtesy flush? No. Much worse. God, much worse. Oh, you know, it's one of those just kind of off the wall, freaky Monday streams, right? It is what it is. While these dumbasses talk about bathrooms and stuff, I'm filing plastic and making a lot of plastic dust. That's what we do. Andrew says, there's a lot of bathroom stuff you can use for Gunpla, though. Really? Like what, Andrew? Please educate us with your plethora of modeling knowledge. Bailey says, you have enough regularly scheduled streams. This is a natural trajectory of conversations. Oh, that's great. That might be the comment of the night, folks. That might just be the comment of the night. Oh shit. You're spot on with that one, dude. You're spot on with that one. I just question, why haven't I banned Andrew yet? Can somebody explain that to me? Why have we not banned him? Handle's got to come off for this one because we are basically using the file like this in line with the surface. So basically using the file almost as like a sanding block, realistically, in its purpose right now, or I should say in its function. This will get this entire surface really, really nice and smooth, but the file tends to heat up. Sorvan, because Andrew isn't over here. Yes, Sorvan. I agree with that wholeheartedly. That's that is a good reason why we haven't banned him yet, right? Holy shit, man. Andrew, you would get Sorvan's ban hammer so quickly on Twitch, dude. Son of a... But it's all in good fun. We're all having fun with Andrew. He's actually a decent, halfway decent kid. Arfora says, you know, I thought of something mean you can do while I was making a snack, Tim. Put capsaicin on someone's hands when they black out, so when they wake up and rub their eyes. Wow! See, that's... Man, that's borderline, that's borderline criminal, dude. That's hardcore, man. Holy shit. That's, I don't know, man. I mean, we like to have fun back in the day with people that blacked out, trust me. But, whew, that's, that may be a step too far. For those of you not aware of what capsaicin is, it is the compound inside of peppers that make them spicy. It's also one of the main ingredients to mace or pepper spray. Hardcore, man. Hardcore. Alright. That actually did a pretty nice job on that edge. Get as much dust off of here so we can shadow check this. Couple indentations right here on this side that we'll have to probably fill in with super glue at a later time, so we can, you know, obviously so we can stand this up so it doesn't, you know, drain anywhere or anything. But let's do some finish sanding here with this guy. Check back in with the chat, see what you heathens are talking about. Okay, shadow check. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so there's a couple of divots right here where it looks like I probably clipped the excess plastic a little too close. Not a big deal. That will definitely fill with super glue and make it nice and smooth. A couple little ones right here as well. But this side is practically done. And that's a nice look. All that beveling and everything. That's a nice look. So, dirty hands. Like I said, that's why they make work jeans, right? Wipe them off on your jeans. There we go. All right, let's check in with the chat, shall we? Oh man, Getting plastic dust all over my mouse, you guys. Alright. Let's see. Scuffle says, the guy who made the sledgehammer used a toothpaste cap on the back of the head of one of his kits. Yeah, that is Aaron Simons. A friend of mine. Yeah, he's wonderful modeler. R.F. Aurora says, oh, we read that. That's the capsaicin thing. That's just like... let's see. Andrew Young says, I question how I don't get banned on a lot of things. Me too. Me too. Dean's giving Andrew a hard time. Good job, Dean. Oh, good job, Dean. Bailey says, Tim, you sound very familiar with capsaicin. Care to elaborate? No, capsaicin, I mean, capsaicin, you know, you see, like, the old commercials on, like, CNN and other places late at night, like, you know, you know, that show, you know, like the Mace infomercials, like the Tiger Lady sprays and shit like that, real late at night. I'm a night owl, so yeah, you know, back in the day I used to watch these things and when there was nothing else on. So yeah, you just osmosis, man, osmosis, right? R4, I'm the person who talked my sister into putting salt on the back of her hand and then putting an ice cube on it when we were way younger. Damn. Bailey says that's dastardly. Yeah, man, like, is my audience made of, like, serial killers and shit? Like, what the hell? Like, wow. Like, you can film, like, season 3 of Making a Murderer just in the comments section, just in the chat section on all my live streams. Oh, man. Dean says, why doesn't Tim have 100,000 sub like Gundam Holic, Mecha Gaikatsu, and Builders TV? I think he deserves it. I do too. I think so as well. I think so as well. I'm not, yeah. It is what it is. Time. Give it time. Give it time. Andrew Young, you guys are terrible. The worst I do is just take someone's phone, go on Happy Puppies, and close their phones and wait for them to puke looking at that stuff. What? Happy Puppies? What, Andrew, are you a little girl or something? Like, come on. Gotta get a little more hardcore than that if you're gonna pull some pranks, dude. R.F. Aurora, left her with a welt for almost a month and a red mark for over you. Damn. Andrew Young says, it's because Tim doesn't do reviews. Yeah, no, I'm not a review guy, guys. No, I refuse wholeheartedly to do Gundam kit reviews. Ain't my thing. There are people that do it a lot better than me. Nah, not me. Not me. Scubble says, I'm digging this whole plate. Something with styrene. I'm looking for a wooden chair to completely styrene plate now. Nice. Scalpel, if you manage that, brother, send me some pictures because I would love to see it. Bailey says, quality over quantity. Fair. Fair. RF Aurora Rafflemal. Happy Puppies, the site is a trap. Just saying. Andrew Young. Yeah, I'm not even gonna check that out. That just sounds weak. Scuffle, whenever my coworkers walk away from their computer and don't lock it, I change the wallpaper to Hasselhoff with puppies. I mean, just the name Hasselhoff, obviously you know what that is. But with puppies, I mean, why not? Be amazing. Andrew Young, he says, you getting the new Master Grade Dynamis, Tim? I don't know. You know, the whole 00 line, okay, so let me preface all this. I really like 00. I love the series. It was cool. It's hardcore in some places, thought-provoking in others, surprising in some other places. The designs, though, were just like average. They weren't bad, but they weren't good in the same vein, right? There were a couple that were really nice, but few and far between. The Dynamis I did like. I really liked. In all iterations of the Dynamis, all the Pokemon evolutions of the Dynamis, I really enjoyed. But it's just one of those things that I'm just like, do I really need it? Do I have an overwhelming urge to build it? Not really. Not really. I like the look of it. I think it's pretty awesome. If I was to win it as a prize or something like that, or someone was to give it to me or whatever, I'd probably build it. But I don't know if I would ever buy it myself. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. But it looks pretty damn cool. I gotta admit, it looks really, really cool. Scubble says, I'm not buying the new Dynamis unless I see a review where the ankles don't suck. Yeah. Well, seeing as it being, a brand new kit, hopefully that doesn't happen. But obviously, it remains to be seen, right? Andrew Young says, but Dynamis, beautiful beauty. Yeah, no, I like it. I like the design of the Dynamis. But I just don't have an overwhelming urge to build it. You know? It is what it is. RF Aurora says, Curios Arios Master Grade. Yeah, that would be cool too. I would probably be more excited about those than the Dynamis, simply because I could either use the Curious Arios as a base for something custom, or use those parts, because there's a lot of parts in there, a lot of shapes and stuff that you can use to customize other things too. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind the Curious Arios iterations. Let's put it that way. Bailey says, I prefer Cherudium. Andrew Young, Virtue, man. Yeah. The Virtue's cool, but again, I would only use it for parts. That's it. I would only use it for parts. Scubble says, I'm more excited about the metal build Astrea non-type F. If you're into metal builds, awesome. It's just not my thing. Just not my thing. Just not my cup of tea. Different strokes, right? Andrew Young, big, thick boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Get some Jenny Craig in your life. You big, thick boy. All right, back to work. Enough making fun of Andrew. It's funny because he's fat. You gotta love the classic lines from the Hangover movies. Now I wait for Andrew's reply. Andrew Young, wow, rude. Andrew, you set yourself up for it, buddy. You walked right into it like a deer in headlights. Bailey says, I'm looking forward to Stein Unit 2 Master Grade, even though it's a reprint with minor changes. Yeah, the sleeves version, the NT version of the Stein. It's... number one, I'm surprised that it's a normal release. Let's get that out there. I thought for certain, with zero chance of it ever being a normal release, because it doesn't make sense, right? Because it's a reissue. But man, Bandai, I guess Bandai has confidence in their narrative, series or movie or whatever it is, to make it a regular release. I guess they're wanting to try and cash in on the popularity of the original Stein, Sinanju Stein Verka. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're confident in what the NT movie or series or whatever it is. Maybe they're very confident in that product. I don't know. Wait and see, I guess, right? Crazy. Scott Wool, let's see. They probably made it a normal release so they could sell more of the white Neo Xeon. Maybe. Dean says, I built the high-grade 00 Diver, high-grade Astaroth, high-grade Banshee Destroy mode without fail. Excellent. Andrew Young, alright, this was a good stress relief for 30 minutes. I need to go back to studying for tomorrow's crap exam. I swear, that kid. How are you going to even pass college if you black out and you don't study? Andrew, I swear. That kid, man. There we go. Bailey says, no, the normal logic of P. Bandai has almost never applied. Yeah, right. Or one could argue, what is the logic of P. Bandai, right? I mean, what is the overwhelming logic behind P. Bandai? What makes a kit a P. Bandai release as opposed to a normal release? P. Bandai was originally there to allow Bandai to make, less popular kits, in a limited style run for, direct sale consumers, right? But it's kind of morphed out of that into a different business model, right? It's kind of morphed into more of a limited edition style line, that only limited models get released in. Yeah. That's time to clean the file. That thing's chirping on me. When it chirps, it needs to be cleaned. Ew. When you start getting holes in your rubber gloves, that's when you know you're doing an honest day's work there, folks. Alright, back in time. And there we go. All right. So let's get back to the chat, shall we? Let's see. Where did we leave off? RF Aurora says Master Grade GM2 Semi-Striker P. Bandai. Man, that is a mouthful. I like the Striker. The GM Striker. I think it's a good look. With the armor plates kind of random everywhere. I think I think it's kind of cool looking. But that's just me, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. Now she's singing. Now she's singing. We're getting there. These edges are a little stubborn, it seems, but we're getting there. Let's see. Bailey says entire new molds are coming out in P-Bandai. Listen to me, Pandai. Alongside recolors. Yeah, and that's the tough part for me. You know, I mean, I don't necessarily mind P-Bandai. I can get it. You know, pretty much everybody can get it. It's just the hassle of getting it. And the increased cost with the limitations, obviously, because 9 times out of 10 you have to go through a middleman, and the ordering process for them to get P-Bandai kits is it's pretty astounding. You know, you got to order something like I think you have to order like a case or something like that. Adam said from USA Gundam Store, at least like a case at a time, something like that. You never know if these things are going to be popular, and you have to order them months ahead of time. So it's just like, anyway, it is what it is, right? Jay Lynch, I saw a comparison of the Stein 1100 and the 144. They look quite similar in the details and the somewhat articulations. Yeah, I think the 144 Stein looked pretty decent. Scubble says, would it be better to just raise the prices on certain kits instead of making them P-Bandai? You know, and it's an interesting question, and it's an interesting situation because not knowing true sales figures, you know, you never can really tell how a model performs, you know, because they don't release that stuff. You know, something like the Hazels seem to be selling very well because everybody and their brother has a Hazel, it seems. And I think they're on multiple runs of the Hazel kits as well. And the add-on kits, the Herdudus, or however the hell you say it, the shields, all that stuff. So you would think there was enough of the market there for the Hazel to sell well, but they didn't mass release it, right? And the question is why? Who knows? That's Bandai, right? And then you look at something like the GM Command, you know, from the Sniper 2 line. That was the Command. No, the Command got a normal release. The Cold District got a P-Bandai release. I mean, why not just release it all together? I mean, shit. Back in the day, they used to release Zaku variants like crazy, right? Who knows? Who knows? It is what it is. Bailey says there's the factor of Japanese domestic market preference and exclusivity. Yeah, and I think that's a very big. I think that's a very big factor because the Bandai will cater more toward their domestic market than their international market. That's just how it is. That's their business model. RF Aurora, Semi-Striker is getting a P-Bandai release early next year in Master Grade. Oh, really? I did not know that. Thank you for that information, RF. Dean says, I will buy the high-grade narrative, the SV version age to Magnum, and not the perfect grade 7 swords. I mean, I'm not too big of fans on any of those. I might buy the narrative that mobile armor that the weird naked new pops into, because I think that would be good for kit bashing purposes. But that would be the only one I think I'd buy. Let's see. Bailey says, to me, the message is Japanese customers will always matter more, which makes sense, but not really a model of market growth. Yeah. And that's, and that's the thing, Japanese business models have always catered to domestic markets before international markets. That's just, how they do business. Which is unfortunate, but it is, it is what it is, I guess, It's one of those things that we as international customers have to deal with, right? Excuse me. Let's see. R4, I don't have enough hazels. Only one so far. Yeah, I don't have enough hazels either, and I don't have any. I just, I wouldn't mind having a hazel, but like I said, it's just the hassle of going through and just buying another kit. I don't want to buy any more kits. It's just one of those things, right? Like, I bought the hazel off of our good friend Ace Schultz on YouTube, or Conateer over on Facebook. He had a Jagan, and I bought that off of him. And, mainly because I've always wanted the Jagan in a master grade, so it finally came out, and, I just pulled the trigger. But honestly, beyond that, I don't really see me buying too many model kits in the very near future. I just don't. I really don't. Scubble says, example, Jesta Cannon, 1/100. If it were normal release, I would have bought an entire army of them instead of only one. Yeah, that and the Power GM. Those were two that were disappointing to me, were P-Bandais, right? That, both of those I would have bought in a heartbeat. I would have bought those in a heartbeat. And like you said, I probably would have done the same thing and bought multiples, either almost immediately or, down the timeline. Let's put it that way. Scuffle says, come on, Bandai. Even BTS broke into the American market pretty hardcore. Bailey says, yeah, it's on Gundam Kits collection already. The Semi-Striker. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Bailey says a lot of pics. Link is in the chat. It even comes with the Jagan Bazooka. Interesting. More than we have on the Stein Unit 2, actually. Dean says, Tim, would you buy a high-grade Neo Zeong or the high-grade Dendrobium? Probably not. Mainly because neither one of them are really all that interesting to me. And second from that, obviously, they're both in 144. Not my scale of preference. And then even after that, they're just big, time-consuming kits. And I don't know. I don't really know if I want to dedicate all, my time to making that big hunk of plastic, look good, because that's those kits are serious time investments. And then obviously, you guys see what I do. I'd have to do that to those kits. I just would, right? And those kits would take me years. So, I don't foresee myself being back in Hummingbird mode, spending multiple years on a kit at this point. You know, I'm kind of like been there, done that. Not necessarily ready to do it again anytime soon. So I probably would not buy those two kits. Same reason why I don't really work on perfect grades. I'm not opposed to the scale. It's just the time investment involved in making those kits look good. You know, that's the big thing. Bailey says, conveniently, they are reissuing the RE1100 Schneid 2. Interesting. That was one that kind of caught my eye as well. The Schneid. Alright. This side is very stubborn for some reason. And I don't know why. Let's get aggressive, shall we? Tim, would you buy a... Oh, choose one. Probably the Dendrobium then. If I had to choose one, it would be the Dendrobium. Yeah. Freddie Torres. What's up, Freddie? That's a lot of styrene. Yeah. It's actually MDF wrapped with styrene. So, this is part of the base that we're working on. Trying to clean up these seams and make this one nice looking cohesive piece. So, this is the top arm. And just have this one side to finish off here, and then I can go about wrapping the front and the back in those little pieces of plastic, and those will be fairly simple to wrap. These big seams are a pain in the butt. But that's why I got the bastard file out. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Let's do the same thing to this side. Nice. All right. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. This needs a little bit more sanding with the block here. Get some of the residue super glue off the surface. Then we'll be able to run some 400 over this sucker, and then this surface should be good to go. Nice. Alright, so now we'll run some 400 over this bad boy. Alright, shadow check. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. A little more glue ridge right there. Let's get that with the file real quick. much better. Alright. Oh yeah, much better. Very good. Voila! Alright. Let's, shit, I don't know. Wipe it on the work pants. Yuck. Anyway. Let's see. R for a cough, GM Spartan cough, right? That would be cool if they did release a GM Spartan. I'd love to see it. And honestly, I kind of some of the signs look like they might be gearing up for it. At least in P Bandai, maybe, because some of the shapes that the Gundam Stormbringer, the P Bandai version, the Naoki designed version, some of those shapes, especially in the chest, are very, very similar to what the GM Striker looks like. Very similar. So, I don't know. I would not be surprised if they did a GM Spartan based off of the GM Sniper 2 frame, and kind of pulled in some of those pieces that they got for the Gundam Stormbringer. So, yeah. So there you go. Bailey, Neo Zeong has zero appeal to me. The Dendrobium is actually appealing, but the size is too much. Yeah, that's exactly where I am. Julius Dembski, the Semi-Striker, has some of the same mods I'm doing on the RGM 7.9 ground type. Love that kit. The Master Grade I'm talking about. The ground Gundam is just solid kit. Even after a decade, solid kit. Deem, would anybody want a Master Grade Barbatos? Maybe the Lupus version. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think that would be cool. Scuffle should make a custom of a pilot in a Gundam riding in a Jeep that's on top of a tractor trailer towed by another Gundam. Scuffle, thank you for subscribing, buddy. Appreciate that. What? Freddy Torres. Didn't see the MDF. It's all good. Let's see. Julius Dembski. Tim, any updates on the parachute? You know, I was working on claying that last week, building up some of the billows and stuff like that, and I got to work on the base, and that's kind of where it's sat. It's still sitting over yonder, sitting in the my photo booth. So I will definitely be coming back to that, but nothing in terms of updates thus far on the parachutes. Obviously an integral part of all of this, but if I don't have a base to hang them off of, what's the point, right? So getting the base done first and seeing what kind of real estate I'm working with, both footprint wise, but then also height wise, will help me with those parachutes and everything. So that's kind of where we are. Bailey says, really need a no grade or NGFM, no grade or full mechanics. I don't know. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Barbatos. Okay. The no grade full mechanics Barbatos are good kits. The frame is rudimentary compared to master grades. More part separation would have been nice, but they're not bad. Yeah, true. Very true. The full mechanics are great kits. They really are really good kits. But I think, if Bandai was to do a master grade, it could be pretty damn amazing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Scuffle says, yeah, is the parachute a standard parachute or is it like paraglider type of parachute? No, it is a standard circular parachute. Bailey says he's been doing a standard type. Yeah, there we go. RF Aurora. Nah, the reference was to the GM Spartan that you were making in multi-year projects. Oh, yeah. You know, the GM Spartan hasn't really been a multi-year project. You know, it's been obviously put on hiatus. I haven't been working on it, so I wouldn't necessarily classify that in the same terms that I would say the Hummingbird. Because with the Hummingbird, I spent 4 solid years straight working on that one kit, where as right now, started working on the GM Spartan, and then I moved to the Jesta, and then obviously we'll get back to that, the GM Spartan after the Jesta. So, but still, like I said before, could be Bandai's time to release a GM Spartan. Who knows? Reese Paul, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the family. Scuffle says, is the parachute made of cloth? Maybe use 120mm fans to blow up to inflate the chutes. No, the actual parachutes will be made out of part styrene, because what we're doing, I'm making a mold. Basically I'm going to vacuum form plastic over that mold. Basically I made a little splines out of 0.5mm styrene, and then put those on a kind of form, and that basically made the skeleton. And then in between those splines I packed it full of plasticine clay. And then from there, start building that up, and I'm still have to kind of sculpt the billow kind of effect into the shape, and then once that's done, we'll vacuum form the whole thing with 0.5mm plastic, and that will form the shell of it. And then over top of that will be the support lines, and then over top of that I hope to kind of resin laminate a thin piece of cloth over top of that to hopefully hold everything together, and then kind of give it a little bit more rigidity. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Bailey says it will be multi-year if you don't get to it before December. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know. I guess my term. Wow, look at that. It's gotten bigger. I guess my definition of multi-year is different from your guys' definition of multi-year, eh? Which is completely all good. Nothing wrong with that. But what I normally deem as a multi-year is something that I've worked on for multiple years. Now, mind you, I haven't worked on the GM Spartan for multiple years. It's been in storage for several months. So that would not count to the time invested in it. So no, it would not, in my terms, be a multi-year. Alright, so that's what we got going. Alright, so all the surfaces around here are nice and cleaned up now. Now we have to go around and wrap plastic, around the caps and everything. So to do that, we need to, especially over here, smooth out these edges of this plastic and marry them up with the bevel that the router made there. Alright, so this is a little bit more of a... Actually, you know what? I could probably take a lot of that off of there with the nippers and stuff. So, nice heavy-duty Xuron nippers. These are great for heavy lifting, cutting big chunks of plastic out. That's what I use them for. Nice and smooth there. Let's get a little block action here. Just to true everything up. Now that is just buttery smooth right there. Perfect. Alright. Scuffle, LOL. By that definition of multi-year, the hummingbird is not a multi-year. You didn't work on it straight for more than 1 year's worth of time. Actually, false. False, sir. False. I did. I worked on that a lot during those 4 years. And honestly, I think we're splitting hairs. And even beyond that, whose fucking stream is this? Anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. But, like I said, I don't want to get into another build like the hummingbird, you know? Nothing that crazy ever again. Or at least anything anytime soon. Let's put it that way. Astray Kai, I'm going to be honest, this is some ASMR shit right. Jesus Christ. No, this is not ASMR shit. Astray Kai. This is some dirty, nasty, kicking up plastic dust type shit right here. Some roughneck shit. This is, I'm not whispering. I'm not doing any of that crap. This is not that type of live stream. Anyway. Scuffle says, LOL, I meant that as a compliment. Fair enough, Scuffle. Fair enough. Jesus, it's getting bigger. Look at that. That's when you know you're doing work, folks. Right there. Freddy, stop it. Killing me. That ASMR bullshit. Astray Kai says, are you supposed to wear a mask, Tim? Yeah, I probably should be. But, number one, if, like I said before, if I wore a mask, you guys couldn't hear me, then it would be some ASMR shit. We're not doing that. We are not going to be doing that. And secondly, this dust that we're creating is actually pretty heavy. And it does have a tendency to not particulate the air all that much, right? So I'm not overly worried about particulates in the air right now. Now, if this was a lot of MDF, which it's not because we're just kind of sanding edges of the MDF and stuff like that, then wholeheartedly I would definitely be wearing either a dust mask or a respirator or something like that, because MDF has some nasty chemicals in it. Nasty shit. Formaldehyde is #1 nasty chemical in that. So yeah, MDF. When you're working with MDF and cutting and routing and all that, you either want to work in a very well ventilated area, like I do. I work in my garage, both doors open, the whole 9 yards. So ventilation, and I work like right on the edge of where the door is too. So ventilation is zero issues. And even sometimes then, I will put on a mask just because the dust is kicking up and everything. But I will usually hook my shop vac to my power tools, and you know, most of that dust is evacuated out of the area anyway. So there we go. Arf Aurora, let's all chip in and get Tim a throat mic so he can wear a mask and still talk to us. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm down for that. Sorry, my chin itches and I don't want to itch it with my glove. Anyway, Scuffle, when I'm worried about styrene dust, I just go to my neighbor's backyard, turn on his hose, stand underneath the running water, and hope he's not looking outside. Dude, that's just creepy. That's just creepy as hell. Oh my. It's a funny mental picture, don't get me wrong, but that is super creepy. Jesus, Scuffle. What kind of shit are you on, son? Alright. So, we're going to be gluing little pieces of styrene here onto these bevels real quick. And we just get a nice generous amount of super glue on this piece. And that will do nicely. And then just kind of smash that right on to that surface. And then press appropriately. And now that amount of super glue, #1, is going to squeeze out in most directions. And then #2, it's going to soak into the MDF and solidify that and make that a nice, stable surface. So that's another beautiful reason to use super glue. All right, we're going to do the same thing with the other side here. Okay. Come on now. Stop moving. This piece wanted to wander a little bit. And we put a little bit too much super glue on that. And it just kind of started floating around. But it gripped rather nicely right now. So we're in good shape. We're in good shape. Alright, Asterisk High. Okay, MB4 big no got it. That would be cool. Hey, you give me like one of those throat mics like you see in like movies and stuff, like 909 or 4419, you know, all that stuff. That'd be cool. I totally rock that. So, Scuffle, when I'm worried about, oh, yeah, we saw it. We read that. Jesus. Let's see. Asterisk Kai. Oh, Scuffle. I know, right? Scuffle says, I hope those Gundam guys make another What Level Are You commercial. Freddy Torres, we probably will next year. Yeah, Freddy knows. He's the man. Chopper Tuna. What's up, Chopper Tuna? When I think about a throat mic, I think back to those cigarette warning commercials. Yeah, right. The people with the tracheotomies. Don't smoke. I smoked for 47 years. Jesus. Yeah, those are scary fucking images. I'm going to tell you that right now. All four of my grandparents died from either lung cancer or emphysema. I'm going to tell you what, you guys, I don't wish that shit on anybody. Nobody. But that tracheotomy shit, man, that is just on a whole different level. No, sir. No, sir. Not today. It finally happened. That glove is done. Not today. Now you can see the beautiful bandages that I have on my 3 finger blisters from filing. So there we go. Fun, right? Ugh. A mess. What a mess. Anyway. Let's see. Tim, whatever happened to that GBWC-esque Gunpla Talk competition y'all were talking about a year, maybe more ago? Good question. Very good question. Let's go back to camera 1 to finish up here and talk. It's a very good question, actually. I'll be honest with you, it kind of died on the vine. We just kind of lost track of it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just being honest, you know? It was a topic of hot conversation for several weeks, if not months, kind of behind the scenes for us. And then we just stopped talking about it. So it just, like I said, it died on the vine. So unfortunate too, because we were kind of gung-ho with it, and it was kind of a cool idea, but just never materialized, you know? Just never took flight, unfortunately. Just one of those things. What are you going to do? Anyway. R for Aurora. So the entry period for the raffle ends the 31st. So when is the drawing? Great question. It will be soon after. Probably before the end of the following week. So probably before SCGMC. So yeah. Let's see. Scuffle. It's all good. I would need a few more years to complete the one kit. Just the one. LOL. Nice. Walking in my footsteps, man. Got dust all over me. Anyway. Alright, kids. It's 11:54. It's about that time. So, without any further ado, let's wrap this one up. Let's put a bow on it. We had fun kicking up plastic dust. All that good stuff. If you want a new type t-shirt, hit up chadamecha.com. Hit the store up at the top. You'll find Gundam shirts and hats and bags and all that good stuff. SCGMC is November 10th. That's less than 2 weeks away. I will be out there. We'll be putting on a really great hour-long scratch building demo at 10:30 in the morning. And then after that, we'll be just kind of kicking back and enjoying the show and talking with everybody and kind of just socializing, and we'll be judging the competition and all that stuff. So that'll all be fun. That will all happen on Saturday, November 10th. Like I said, less than 2 weeks. So full panic mode right now. Full panic mode. So much work to do on this thing and so little time. Crazy. What else? Any of the tools that you saw me working with tonight can be found on the Amazon link below on YouTube, or on this side over on Facebook if you're interested. There are also books on there for you to gain inspiration from. Some really cool books in there. And then also all of the gear that we use here to make this stream and Gunpla Talk possible. So all that stuff is on that Amazon link. Go peruse it, buy something if you would like. It goes to a good cause. The stream. Yeah. Amazon kicks back a little bit of commission to me for everybody that buys something. So feel free. Feel free. Let's see. What else? All right. So this is the last time you're going to hear me say this. Officially. Win this model! This one. This very one that I have in my hands. You could win it. We will be giving that model away on the Gunpla Talk fundraiser / giveaway that ends from 2 days from now. 2 days, on the 31st. That's it. We've run this thing for about 3 months. We got a lot of good prizes to give away. Win that model. One person will win that. 6 others will win those little cool resin busts from our good friend Win, the paint pusher over there on Facebook. 3 other winners will win limited edition style kits from our good friend Dwidget over on YouTube, also known as Thurno Hobbies and Games over on Facebook. Check him out. It just goes to a good cause. We're collecting money for the National Alopecia Areata Foundation. So, and give what you can. It's a good cause. Goes to a really great charity that's doing some really good things for people. It just feels good. Just feels good to give. No minimum, no maximum either. So give as much as you can. But you got 2 days to enter. So let's get on it. All right. So, like I said, no stream on Wednesday because it's Halloween. I gotta take my little girl out for trick or treating and everything. So, yeah, no stream on Wednesday. But I'll be back here on Friday. So make sure you guys tune in on Friday. Have an awesome week, and I will see you guys on Friday. All right, take care, you guys. Be safe. Build something cool. We'll see you next time.